Sanibonani, Lapo Emakoyo, and welcome to another episode of Bona Red Song. That is right, guys. Me and PK are coming to you on your screens right now just to break down the hottest topics for you.
Do remember that we love hearing from you, so do holler at us on our Facebook page. All you need to do is search for Bona Red Song, or you can even tweet us at Bona Red Song. We love hearing from you guys. But do remember, if you want to find out more information on the show, all you need to do is search for our website, which is www.bonaredsong.co.za.
Perfectly worded there, PK. But by now, you guys know the deal, so let's go and check out today's lineup.
First up, we found out about the effects of smoking within the youth of Mzansi.
We then head over to the news desk to see what Gino has been up to this past week.
Then we found out more about the Targeting Talent program.
And then, of course, Pugaman Bugu gives us the lowdown of this week's news.
Now that looks like it's going to be an awesome show, and I can definitely assure you it will. But right now it's time for us to head over to Istamto, and today we explore the effects of smoking within the youth of Mzansi.
Well, when I started smoking, it was like I used to steal my father's cigarettes because he was a heavy smoker. So at work he'd have 20s lying around. At home he'd have 20s lying around. So I'd usually like nip one. But yeah, after that I didn't smoke. Like it wasn't a habitual thing. But in grade 10, yeah, mixing with friends, alcohol, that sort of thing, I was starting to smoke heavily, like almost each and every day. So from there onwards, it's been, yeah. Most people ask, why do you like waste your money on cigarettes and that sort of stuff? But there is no complex answer. The simplest answer I can find is I simply smoke for the pleasure. It's what I do. People drink, they drink for the pleasure. So I enjoy that feeling of smoking. Yeah.
The teenage years are some of the best moments in our lives. We are at our most ambitious. Our dreams dictate our destiny. The world is a playground. Our friends are our soldiers, and nothing can hold us back. We are proud, determined, and defiant. And we would hate to see all of that go up in smoke. But we let it.
The cigarettes of today are not the cigarettes of about 20 years ago. The cigarettes of today is designed for people to get hooked from the first puff, and that is what happens to teenagers. Smoking cigarettes, it acts on the same receptors in the brain as a heroin. And it is highly addictive, and it's very difficult to stop.
I like smoking is a learn to right, especially for banawanyani like youth. To like asin to right, yaba affect all and affect the South Africa.
People get influenced here at school by peer pressure. They can get access of smoking by even the learners here at school.
The youth of today, if there's a message, one really has to say to them, they must get as much information as possible. The Cancer Association of South Africa, we have a quit program for those that are smoking, and it's free of charge, and it's on our website. And you can just log on and register. And I know young people are very savvy today with technology, so it will be easy for them. And it is confidential, so they can be assisted.
Remember, guys, it is proven that smoking is highly addictive, and in the end, it will kill you. Guys, please, before you act, think of the consequences.
That is so true, Zach. But right now it's time for us to check out what our school citizen journalists have been up to. And today they take a look at no food, no water. I wonder what that is all about. Check it out.
We're here at Maskado Secondary School to talk about the incident that had happened yesterday concerning the water, which caused the learners not to eat at lunch.
I'm feeling bad because yesterday we didn't eat and we left the school early.
No, lento ezikizolo vele isithethi lakisonke because nathi sifuna ukuthi abantwana basaphathe kanjani if akunakudla futhi ngilunch bebafole ngaphandle but bokunganamanzi and bekho into singayenzi yabona. So today senze ukuthi sihambe singamabhaketi sihambe sicela amanzi ukuthi bazokwazi ukuthi badle kungafani nayisolo.
So ma'am, can I ask, doesn't the municipality call the principal in advance and tell them there's no water? I would assume that in this case it was something happened, that it was not planned. But if they know that they are going to interrupt the water, the supply of water, then they will send a notice, as we normally get that notice.
I won't even try and lie, guys. I don't know how I would have been able to focus in school without food or water. I just,
I also don't know how I'd be able to do it, but I think the communities, the leaders in the community should actually stand up and fight for such problems so that pupils at schools don't have to like worry about all these things.
No,
you know
I
what I
agree
mean?
with you, PK, I agree. Talking about community leaders, we have another citizen journalist clip for you guys, and this one is a debate on leadership. This should be interesting.
For me, what makes a good leader? A good team. A good leader, mele a leader from is leader yona kala, and then after a leader umuntu. You have to come with an opinion and make it effect. Yeah.
Bakhuluma nomphakathi basolve ama issues omphakathi awunidayo. I think ukukhuluma nomphakathi.
A good leader ukuthi unakanela abantwana into ezinjalo abantu ukuze ukuthi uba protected from the crimes.
Good leader ibona kamswetsana kuyona anke re leader community ka ntho tse ntle.
A good leader la community nga singayenza ngokuthi in vote la ma leader.
Or being to be a good leader is o yetse o khone o tseba dintho tsa hao o hlokomele mo ntle ke o etsang o tshilang teng and o bana le respect.
A good leader simbona ngathi umuntu o right bese thina siyamkhetha ukuthi alo ngaba leader yethu.
A good leader will stand his or her ground. So when that leader says that we're going to have houses in this year, that leader must make sure that they have houses in that particular year.
Great views and opinions, guys, but do remember that you at home now have the chance to send in your videos on anything that is affecting you and your community. This is your platform to shine.
That is right, BR family. Remember, we love hearing from you, so keep those videos coming in. Right now, though, it is time for us to head over to a quick ad break, but don't go anywhere, because when we return, it's Gino in the newsroom. Stay tuned, guys.
Welcome back to Bonaretsang. Yeah, Baba. Do remember that we want you at home to join the Bonaretsang family. All you need to do is search for Bonaretsang on Facebook, or you can holler at us on Twitter at Bonaretsang.
That is right, guys. Join the movement that is the BR family. Don't be lazy. Log on to Facebook. Hit us up on Twitter. Your choice. Anyways, let's head over to Gino to see what has been happening in the headlines this past week.
Time now for your headlines with your favorite journalist, Just Gino. As we say goodbye to a very chilly July, we welcome a hopefully warmer August, which also happens to be Women's Month, with Women's Day falling on the 9th. While most South Africans are encouraged to celebrate the lives of the women around them, the Congress of South African Students are doing things their way. On Tuesday, the Students' Congress threatened to take the law into their hands by castrating those suspected of rape. They claimed that they would start by cutting off private parts of those who rape our brothers and sisters. President of the Students' Congress, Tulugelo Colin Malachi, reasoned that community members must stop living in fear and assist the Congress in removing all the ills of society. While Bonaretsang agrees that something needs to be done to deal with such problems in our community, the violent approach of mob justice is not encouraged. If you suspect incidents of rape or sexual harassment happening in and around your community, start by approaching an elder you trust. They will advise you on how best to deal with the situation or who to contact thereafter. Continuing to wrap up the month, we observed that July had the largest number of 2013 deaths in Iraq, with the death toll reaching 622 this month alone. Iraq continues to be a violence-stricken state in the Middle East, having seen both a large-scale war with the Americans and civil wars among its own people, mostly involving the security forces. Since the year began, more than 2,800 people have been killed. As you watch this, most of you are thinking, well, what can I do about this? The short answer, not much. Moving forward, as South Africans, we need to realize that we are part of a global community A war in one state has negative impacts on other countries, be that the increasing fuel price, the depreciation or lessening of the rand's value, and so on. More importantly, any form of unrest in any nation should not be encouraged. And perhaps what we can take from this is that violence is never the solution. So the next time your friends get excited about an upcoming strike, tell them to sit down and use their smartphones to be smart by researching what is happening around the world and coming up with better solutions to deal with conflict. Speaking of smartphones, here's something we all should know but never take seriously. Staring at your phone for long periods could lead to you needing glasses sooner than you think. According to research by a United Kingdom-based eye surgeon, Mr. Alon Bassam, young people who stare at their cell phone screens all day could become nearsighted as they grow up. The inability to focus on objects which are close usually develops in your mid-40s, leading up to the 50s, and that is why everyone starts needing reading glasses during these years. Now, even though smartphones alone do not damage your eyes, staring at them for a long time at a distance that is close to your eyes will lead to your eyes becoming strained and can cause dry eyes, which could lead to infection and inflammation. Think about the number of times you use your phone in a day. How often do you read and respond to text messages? How long are you on social networks? How many times do you Google something? Can you count the moments when you have gone through every single one of your pics, moved them to a different folder, then gone through them again? You decide, do you want to lose your eyesight to your cell phone? Or should you start spending time with more people, real people? That's it from me this week. Mthaba Chap will be bringing you the news headlines for the next 4 weeks as I jet off to New York City to attend the United Nations Summer School at the end of August. Follow me on Twitter at JustGinoSA or check out our Facebook page for more updates from me. Take care.
Thank you so much, Gino, for that report. But now it's time for us to move on to isikoko. And today we found out more about a program which is helping the youth reach their dreams. This is the Targeting Talent Program. Let's find out what it's all about. Check this out.
Well, the TT program was initiated by WITS, really out of a recognition that there are young people in South Africa who have got the potential to succeed if they are provided with the opportunities. So we worked with schools. We requested them to identify kids with potential before they write their grade 12. We bring them for winter schools and summer schools and empower them to succeed at matric as well as at university.
With BP, we have been involved with it from 2010 and supported 200 learners from Limpopo, Mpumalanga, as well as Gauteng.
It's an exciting period for them, as I've heard over the years. They come and spend 3 weeks at WITS as university students. So they live in our residencies, they make use of the WITS laboratories, they attend lectures in the lecture rooms, either covering topics in their matric, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, and also introduce them to exciting topics that are not included in the high school syllabus.
The success stories around TTP, it actually builds a complete leader. Last year we had the top learner in South Africa from matric coming from the TTP program, and I'm proud to say it, she got 100% in maths, 100% in accounting, 100% in science, which is, those difficult subjects, and then she got distinctions for the other subjects that she's doing. So that is saying TTP is really making a difference, and we can see the results.
Well, guys, it really is always inspiring to see such initiatives that are aimed at building the youth of Mzansi. Guys, please do your research and get involved in such programs. Do your part, Moving on, PK, what's next on the lineup?
Well, up next, we take a look at what our community journalists have been up to. Check this out.
So I think that this is so. If you want to check out Kema Style, I'm taking you now. So the one that, I don't know how to every guy. Wow. I think you want to tell him that. Well, sometimes I have a calmate, but it's a Sonia Tabo. Wow. I'm sure. Abatshwarisi ba tile go sekolo mona abatshwarisi ba tile go bua ngwana na go re tshirega ha o tshela ha o tshela ngwana sekolo gore tisha ije ka tshia.
Guys, thank you so much for sending in those clips, and just in doing so, you have won yourself a Casio watch to the value of 500 Rand. That is all right, guys. Please keep sending in your videos. We love to hear from you. You can send them to our WhatsApp number or our BBM pin, which should be appearing on your screens right now.
But right now, let's take a quick breather. When we return, we hook you up with Bogoman Boba and find out more about graffiti on Iringa Nazi. See you after this.
Hello and welcome back to Bona Re Song. Guys, please keep clicking the like button on our Facebook page, or you could always drop us a tweet at Bona Re Song. PK, next on the lineup, holla.
Yo, the people I work with. But anyway, up next is Bona Vibes, and like I promised you guys last week, we'll be diving deeper into matric dancers. Now today we meet up with a beautiful girl, Unqobile, and she has a lot on her plate and she's so stressed. Let's go find out what is stressing her so much. Check this out.
My name is Mobile Samgilisi Esbia. I'm 18 years of age. I go to Ren Girls High School. I'm a very vibrant person. I talk a lot. I love singing, dancing, performing. Recently, I've been elected as an RCL buddy. I have a huge responsibility. One is organizing our school matric dance, and the only big event I've organized was my baby brother's birthday party. It's really difficult because I have to study at the same time, organize my friends this huge event. So guys, please help. Oh my gosh, thank you Bradley for seeing me. You know, it's such a blessing to be here right now because I'm such a mess. Like, I know nothing about matric dances.
Mobile, it's only a pleasure to be able to assist you. Obviously, a matric dance is very important for many reasons. You are celebrating an end of a schooling career, and also you're celebrating all your friendships that you've had. So at the end of the day, you're tying everything together and you want to make a memorable occasion of it.
Bradley, how do I even start planning my matric dance because I'm clueless?
With regards to the planning and the steps, obviously in terms of a school, generally the funding either comes from a student committee or a representative. So first and foremost, you need to belong to that committee, and then the committee obviously they need to find out what the students want. Where are they willing to travel to? What theme do they want? What day, what time, things like that. And then once they've done that work or homework, they can plan a venue accordingly. As you know, you guys probably have fundraisers or you have service days to raise money so that you can contribute towards this.
The word theme keeps on popping up. I want to know what a theme is.
A theme is just something really unique that's going to set the decoration for the evening or the mood. So for example, if your theme is a masked ball, so everybody will be arriving wearing a mask, and it's a little fantasy. We try and find out who's behind each mask.
Is there a need for an invitation for the matric dance?
I think so. To stick with tradition and to be formal and old-fashioned, an invitation sets the tradition or the tone. So if the students don't know perhaps what their theme is, maybe your invitation has a certain color or a certain pattern to it which will indicate a theme.
You've helped me so much, and thank you.
Oh, it's so good that Mobile finally got tips to help her organize her matric dance, and all the best to you, girl.
That is right, guys. But from matric dances all the way over to Ringanati, today's topic is graffiti and how it affects your community.
Online cyber room, if you will, where we're free to talk about whatever with no formal obligations of any sort. And it's also a great way to meet new people all around the world. I think social networking really became big around 2008, when Facebook came out, and it was so cool to have Facebook. and have as many friends as you can.
Social networking has become so popular because it's faster, cheaper, and if I want somebody to come through, I'm gonna go on BBM probably.
You get stalked by people, for instance, who you don't know on the website, or you find out people lie about who they are.
Yeah, but I think it actually gives you a chance to get to know other people. Like, social networking is a getaway from reality. It's like another life, a cooler you, a better you, a more confident you, you know what I mean? I think people rely on social networks to better their persona. With social networks, first impressions can come again and again, you know, and it's easier for you to lie to people on the social network than actually in person. And it's much cooler, like looking at a girl on the social network and then having expectations and then seeing them in person, you know, it's like, yeah, it's exactly as it was on the social network, which is super cool.
E.g. Twitter. You'll find a person trying to be someone they're not. They really lose their morals because you end up finding everybody trying to look cool, especially Twitter.
You can get a lot of exposure. A lot of people can get to see what you're about and the things you do.
And the good thing about social networks as well is mass production in terms of advertising. It'd be easier to just like tell people you're hosting a party on the social network than actually handing out flyers and emails.
A world with no social networks is like a world with no electricity.
A world without social networks is, what can I say, the plug is off.
Interesting views on graffiti over there, but do remember there at home to log onto our Facebook page and give us your views on what you think graffiti is all about, or you can even tweet us at Bonaretang.
That is right, guys. Unfortunately, we are nearing the end of the show, but you know that we could never ever leave you without the crazy, twisted views of Boogerman Boba. Boogaloo! Holla black.
Hello, South Africa. My name is Boogerman Boba, and I'm going to give you a little wrap-up of what's happening in this crazy country of ours. First of all, the social activists have called on the health department to take serious action against the illegal initiation schools that have led to hundreds of children landing up in hospital. In some cases, these children have lost their genitalia. Ah, Hashem. I mean, can you imagine you are going to the initiation school to become a man and then you come back without your mandingo? Aye, man, come on, guys. If the guy asks for a cheese cup, don't give him a brush card. Former President FWD declared, if you do not know him here, he looks like our uncle in the furniture business, Joshua Doe. Yes, FWD declared has been discharged from hospital after successfully inserting a cardiac pacemaker. Jacob Zuma has tweeted that, please pray for him. And if you end apartheid, you deserve our prayer. So that goes straight to our prayer to-do list. Pray for Bafana, pray for Madiba, and pray for FWD de Klerk. Next up, former President Nelson Mandela's grandson, Mandla Mandela, is under increased scrutiny after being asked to step down as the chief of UNU by King Xhosa. I mean, Mandla has had a tough week after his whole family turned against him, including Graça Machel. I mean, Mandla must have been left egg-shaped and he's like, Amandla! How? And then? No, Mandla, step down, man. And finally, geologists have asked South Africans not to overreact after a moderate earthquake hit the Lowveld. I mean, South Africans reacted differently to this. White people were like, yo, bro, it was crazy. You should have seen it, bro. And colored people went, nah, bro, you should have heard that thing, bro. It went grrrr. And black people said, no, we must slaughter an animal because obviously their ancestors are not happy. All right, guys, that's it for me, Boogerman Bob. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Holla black.